Hello and welcome to Monkeying Around. I am your host, Monkey Suit Man, and today we are playing Golf Club Wasteland, a game that just recently came out in the last week or two. I believe it came to multiple platforms, definitely on PC and PlayStation 5. We are playing on the PlayStation 5 today. And I guess first we'll start off by talking a little bit about what this channel is going to be. This is the first broadcast, and basically what I'm going to be trying to do is just talking about video games, which has never been done before. I know, super unique. That's the theme of this channel. And I'm just going to talk about what I like, what I don't like. Hopefully, I'll be playing new games. I'm really only making this for maybe three people in the world. And also as maybe like a little bit of a journal so I can look back at games that I played and remember what I liked, what I didn't like about them, how much fun I had, or maybe if they made me miserable, because video games can absolutely do that. They can make you miserable, and that's okay. So, today we are playing Golf Club Wasteland. Like I said, came out about a week ago. I've been looking at this for about a month now. I heard about it on some indie showcase, I think on YouTube, something like that. It's only $10, so I decided to give it a go, and I have been loving it so far. I've only been playing maybe like 2 hours. It's actually really, really fun. It's very, very relaxing. You can see by the UI there is not a lot going on here. The controls are super, super simple. And what you may notice, it's a golf game, you cannot see how many strokes you've taken. You actually have to go into the pause menu to see what your stroke count is at. And I think that was definitely intentional because they want you to have this relaxed time, not worry too much about your stroke count, except in maybe some other of the other modes. So, what is it? Well, it is a golf game, and the Earth is now a wasteland. Suffered some sort of catastrophe. I don't know if the story ever really gets to what it is. I assume it's some sort of climate change just by seeing some of the levels, some of the things that they talked about. And the rich people, the wealthy people, have been able to get off planet. They go to Mars to colonize, and they come back to the Earth to play golf. That's what you do when you have a lot of money. You abandon your own planet, you mess it up, you get out, you come back, play golf on it. So that's what it's all about. There are three modes in this game. There's a campaign mode, which is what I've been mainly doing. There's a challenge mode, and then there is an iron will mode. So the campaign mode is 34, 35 different holes, uh, not courses, holes. And you basically, that's what I'm doing right now. I believe I'm on hole 24, 25. You don't have a stroke limit. There is a par for every hole. You're able to see what that par is. In the beginning, the par is 3, 4, like a normal golf course, and then it gets up to 19s, 20s. So they are not obviously normal holes, and you basically just take as many strokes as you need to get there. This actually might be a contender for a platinum run, which I should have mentioned I will also be using this channel for, is to document maybe some platinum. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. If you get the skip available notification, you've been sucking. You've been doing pretty bad. That means I am way over par already, and that's because I have not been really focusing on this level because I've been talking, and it's very tough to talk and play well at the same time. So that's campaign mode. Pretty simple, pretty basic. There's been a lot of trophies intermixed in the levels by hitting your ball into a certain area or maybe triggering some environmental thing. So I've been doing a lot of those. I was actually doing really well. I was under par for most of this playthrough, and then I reached a level where there was three trophies in there, and I got like a 12 over, and that's bad because oh, I got lucky that it fell off because it just reset me right here. Great. Wow. Apparently I cannot hit over these boxes. So then there's a challenge mode. Challenge mode is basically you will keep restarting the level if you get over par, I believe. Um, in campaign mode, you can restart the level whenever you want. No penalty. Restart the level. Challenge mode, I think it automatically restarts you if you get over par. And then there's an Iron Will mode, which is going to be probably the most frustrating mode, especially if I'm trying to get a platinum on this. The Iron Will is you have to do the entire course, all 34, 35 holes. You have to get par or better on every single hole, and you cannot hit into a hazard, either water or any kind of environmental hazard. I believe you can hit it off the course because, like you've seen already, you can hit it off the course and the ball resets. but it counts as a stroke against you, obviously. But you can't hit it into other hazard, like there'll be pile of leaves that for some reason you can't hit into and then hit out of. That's a hazard as well. If you don't hit par, or if you hit it into one of those hazards, you have to start all the way back over at hole one, which I can already see getting to hole 30, 33, 34, 35, and having to go all the way back to one. The holes aren't extremely long, but I think I'm on hole 25, and playthrough has probably already been about an hour and 20 minutes. So I can see a lot of time going into that and being very, very frustrated with that. So we will see. I'll probably do a video about that later as I get close to the 100%, because that will be a very, very stressful but fun, because video games are supposed to be fun. They're fun. Uh, Time. So let's talk about the game itself. So the control is very, very simple. We have the left joystick, which will control your power and the direction of your shot, and then X to hit your shot. That's it. You have an L1 to zoom out, R1 to zoom in. You have the right joystick that's going to control the camera so you can pan around, plan your shots. Let's talk about the actual golf itself. So, played a lot of golf games. And I don't care about golf physics. I don't. Um, Adjusting for wind and spinning the ball, all that stuff, that's great. That's fun. Obviously, this game is not going to have that type of stuff in it. It's too much for what they're trying to deliver. What I do care about is consistency. So if I'm going to hit the ball off of the same surface using the same speed and the same direction, it should go the same distance every single time, especially for a game like this, which is not taking a lot of the physics into it. It does not seem to do that a lot of times. The power seems to be way off. It is very easy to overshoot the hole. It is very easy to undershoot the hole, especially while putting. So that has been a little bit tricky to get used to. But again, especially in campaign mode, it's very forgiving. It's not tracking what you're shooting, really, or it's not main on your screen. It's not penalizing you for going way over par or anything like that. So the golf aspect of it is pretty fun, pretty relaxed. There is a radio broadcast that basically plays throughout the entire game, and it's kind of like a NPR type voice that's talking about just what's going on. They have call-in um, callers, I guess you'd call them, that talk about their life on Mars or what their life was like on Earth. That's fairly interesting. It plays over the entire time. I had to turn it down because it is very distracting to hear that and to hear my voice, and my voice is way, way worse. So I thought, why wouldn't you want to hear my voice instead of the NPR voice? That just makes sense to me. So I had to turn that off, but that plays over everything. Even when you pause the game, that plays over that. But what's really cool is there are a lot of sound, a lot of songs that broadcast plays, and they're actually really good songs. A lot of techno beat songs, which I normally don't like, but actually really works well here. Again, you're not gonna be able to hear any of that on that because I'm just doing this through a normal headset, so my audio, my voice already sounds kind of a little messed up. So you're not gonna be able to hear any of that, but the songs are actually really, really good. If I could take away the radio and just keep the music, I would, but I haven't been able to figure out a way to do that yet. So, um, let's talk about another frustrating thing. You will restart levels a lot, especially if you're trying to get a good score. You're going to restart levels a lot in the beginning. When you restart a level, push start. It's going to pan all the way up to the top. You can choose restart level. This is also where you're going to be able to see strokes. I'm at stroke 2 of 12. It's a par 12 for this hole 25. And then you can see your entire scores over on the left side. So we can take a look at my scores. See, I'm 9 over. I was actually doing really, really well until I got to this plus 10 here at dopamine. I'm sure that's how you say that. Oh, and then Atlas Shattered. That was the one that had a lot of trophies, and that just kind of ruined me. And Tower of Babel, too. So I've been doing really bad lately. But the score doesn't really matter, especially for campaign mode. But starting, push the start button. So let's go back to continue the game. Pans all the way down. Now, that animation is pretty cool. Gotta admit, kind of like it. What I don't like is you have to do that every single time you want to restart a level. that's not super fast and convenient, especially if you keep messing up on the very first or couple shots and you just want to get back into playing it. It can get pretty frustrating to have to wait that long to pause it. So it's a minor complaint, but it is a game that you are going to be restarting levels a lot, so it's a valid complaint. But overall, this game is very chill, very relaxing. The music is really good. The sound bites, the host of the radio shows and the call-in users is actually fairly interesting. It does play on a loop though, but I may not have been paying attention the first time I heard it because I did hear new stories. So it either came with new stories, or I just wasn't paying attention the first time. I think I wasn't paying attention because it does say at the end that it needs to now redo the broadcast because of limited bandwidth or they make some excuse to replay it over, which is fine. It makes sense. They can't, you can take as long as they don't know how long you're going to take on the game, so they can't put that much audio in because who knows how long you're going to take. But yeah, overall, really a lot of fun. So far I would definitely recommend it. Again, it's only $10. We've all spent a lot more money on games that we didn't play that much. Talking about you, Quilty. Um, so I definitely would recommend it. If we get closer to doing a platinum, I'll do another video on that. Maybe document that whole platinum run. But we'll see where it goes. So thank you for tuning in. This has been Monkeying Around, playing Golf Club Wasteland. Uh, Monkey see, monkey do, monkey pee all over you. That was dumb.